Namaste Atmavandan. Good evening, everyone. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're going to start from chapter 15 because I think we may have left it halfway last time. So welcome back after a short break. So for those that are new to joining us today, we're going to be reading and carrying on from the book called The Compassionate Buddha by the very learned Anand Murti Guruma. And this book is absolutely amazing. So we'll read the chapter today for about half an hour to 40 minutes, and then we'll have a short meditation, and then we'll have time to reflect on what we've learnt on the chapter. So, chapter 15, page 144. The ocean in the drop. You are thee, upon whom you meditate. You are thee whose name you chant. Keeping eyes closed, you are meditating on thee. You are his reflection, his face, you are thee. Where rain falls without cloud, makes the world green. One who relishes the greenery is thee. My master made me drink this divine wine. That bliss is thee. Bliss too is thee. You are none but the one you meditate upon. You are none but the one who nourishes, who flourishes this world, and also the one who sees all the luscious greenery created. You are none but the nectar of bliss, showered by the Master. You are that, what you seek. The divinity residing within you flourishes the world and cherishes you. This refers to both the supreme consciousness that cherishes you and the other, that is the form of nature. The entire prolific vegetation and greenery. Moreover, the face of the divine is none other than your own face. You are the one who meditates upon the highest, the greatest experience anyone can have, and the pinnacle of achievement. The actual experience cannot be expressed or communicated through words, but this is the closest statement that can be made. Thou art that. You are that. The one who showers cloudlessly and flourishes this entire world, and also the one who sees all the resultant luscious greenery. On the face of it, to the ignorant one, this may come across as an egoistic statement, but it is far from that. A drop of water may appear to be distinct from the ocean, but when the drop of water merges with the ocean, it becomes the ocean. Likewise, the concept of I and ego exists only as long as the drop of individual self regards itself separate from the ocean of supreme consciousness. But after seeking, one finds that it is the oceanic, all-pervading, eternal supreme consciousness itself that is hidden in the seemingly limited identity of this drop of I. And when this drop merges with the ocean, by breaking the barricade of illusion, the limited I merges into the limitless. Now the drop can proclaim its identity as the ocean, if it so wishes. The one who is responsible for the existent greenery in nature, and the one who observes this greenery, the supreme consciousness present in the observer and in the observed nature, they are not two, but one and the same. The one who has understood this truth by his own experience can then say that he is responsible for the greenery. For the rising sun, there is a well-known quotation in Vedanta. Light in the stars is mine. I reflect in the sun and moon. I am that ever blissful supreme consciousness. I am none other than Shiva. I am just Shiva. The one who has experiential knowledge of his or her real macrocosmic identity, the one who has attained the higher wisdom and knows the truth can declare, I am the cause and creator of this world. I am responsible for the flourishing nature, for the rising of the sun, the moon and the stars. I am the creator and I am the witness. The creation is by me and for me. It is this state of being that Sri Krishna has proclaimed in the Bhagavad Gita. I have created this entire universe and nature, and all beings are but my extension. It is I who has created death, and it is I who has created Kuber. Sri Krishna also elucidated the process, the path of getting to this truth. Krishna said that to experience this truth, one needs to shed the false I of a limited self. Give up the ego of an individual drop. Give up this concept of I and mine. Drop the clinging to this illusory, limited identity. You don't have to obtain anything. All you have to do is to give up. The truth is already there. All you have to do is drop the lie of a limited I. God is indubitably apparent, but it is you who has covered your eyes with a veil. You don't remove the veil, hence you can't see him. Remove the veil and you will find that you are incomparably the best. Who is the best of all? I am. How come? Well, who can surpass the supreme consciousness that is the witness present beyond the confines of the body, senses, mind, and intellect? You may regard this as egoism, but the fact is that this is the veritable truth that can be proclaimed from a rooftop. Just remove the veil, my dear. You will find I am the best of best. Oh yes, I am the unique one. I am the eternal blissful truth, the quintessentially whole. But who will really understand the worth of these statements? Only the one who has a fierce, desperate hunger to experience this wisdom. Only the one who is frantically seeking to quench this dire thirst to know the truth. Only the one who is all consumed by the pressing need to emerge out of the darkness of ignorance. A person with such a single-minded absorption alone understands the worth of a master's guidance, which is priceless, invaluable on this arduous path. And it is only such an individual who wholeheartedly, unreservedly works on himself, so as to acquire the eligibility of becoming a disciple, pursues the master relentlessly, so as to catch the eye of the master, to beguile, to charm the master, so that the master accepts him as the disciple. And this is not an easy job, in fact, far from it. As my disciples will relate, they have gone through a grueling period of testing and scrutiny. Only a person who has successfully charted the rough waters of this testing and evaluation can emerge as a staunch, ardent disciple, and only such a steadfast disciple can really connect with the master. Most people never proceed beyond the stage of being listeners. Just enjoy the chanting, the singing, eat the prasad, the consecrated food, and maybe derive some superficial intellectual enjoyment. That's all. But the one who has burned in the fire of intense dispassion to the world, he alone deserves and has the ability to receive the highest wisdom. Only such a person has the ability to retain the nectar of wisdom, not the others. And after all the grueling practice and preparation, when the flower of enlightenment finally blossoms inside, when the explosion of wisdom occurs inside, then the person scales such heights, reaches such a pinnacle of glory that it dwarfs the sky. And I keep repeating the statement. To reach this pinnacle, this acme, you wouldn't need to listen to me again and again. If only you were prepared. How long did it take King Janak to get enlightened? The condition was that the time required for his enlightenment should be as long as it would take him to put his foot into the stirrup for mounting the horse. But Ashwatthaka did exactly that. On the other hand, if one is not prepared, if one doesn't have this merit, this worthiness, then just keep spinning on the wheel of this samsara of birth, suffering, death, and rebirth. The cycle will go on and on and on. Then everything you do on the spiritual path will just be a casual time pass. Going to the Guru will be a time pass. Listening to discourses will be a time pass. Meditating will be a time pass. This path is not for the faint-hearted, neither for those who want to do this as a part-time hobby, lacking any serious commitment, who want to have their cake of the worldly pleasures, while occasionally eyeing the fruit of spiritual pursuit, who regard this as yet another way of passing time. It will take you as long as it takes you to be prepared. So if a delay is occurring, it is from your end and not his part. It is indeed a shame on you if the Guru has to ask you to get up early and meditate, if the Guru has to ask you to observe silence. When the fire of quest is raging inside, then no one has to do anything. The inner glow happens on its own accord. As then the quest becomes the driving force in your life, then the journey becomes beautiful, wonderful. For many, the journey hasn't even commenced, despite listening to innumerable discourses. For some others, although the journey has commenced, there are so many interruptions that he or she has to start all over again. Such should be the depth of contemplation that one forgets to eat, sleep, laugh, and has no time even to die. Such should be the fervour for meditation. Such should be the inner stillness. And Vairagya, intense dispassion, is an indispensable tool that creates such a deep inner stillness that perhaps cannot be achieved even by meditation. The depth is brought by Vairagya, knowledge, imparts ascent, and Vairagya imparts depth. Vairagya is the key to achieve depth in inner stillness, and this transforms you completely. So much so that anyone who comes near you can sense that something special, the X factor, so as to speak, in you. On the other hand, those who live at the plane of the mind, who have nothing special about them, you feel like getting away from such people. Who is inside you? You are none other than he, the one whose face you meditate upon. Your face is that face. But alas, now you don't have the time to look at his face. You are too busy seeing the faces of your children, your grandchildren. Remember, you don't want to see, hence he doesn't want to show you. In northern India, there is a custom that after the wedding, when the bride first enters the groom's house, those who want to view the bride's face covered by a veil have to give her money to be able to do so. Well, the Lord is waiting for you to pay the price before he unveils himself to you. After all, nothing is free in this world, as you all very well know. And if one has to pay for the worthless objects of this perishable world, what can one say about the price of the priceless? You could have lived in rapture. You can live in rapture. I sang the song, remove the veil inside, and see that you are the best of best. I was in rapture when I sang, and you got to taste a few drops of this ecstasy. But that is not your own ecstasy. And the fact is that you keep on returning to me so that you get a glimpse of that ecstasy, of that euphoria. Otherwise, why would you want to give up the comfort of your homes and come here in this sweltering heat? But then you people are strange, for you get satisfied with a mere glimpse, a little realizing that this film trailer is the grace of the master. It is but a fleeting promo. It is, after all, his treasure. And as long as you don't obtain the treasure yourself, you will remain incomplete. Have you seen a kite flying in the sky? Will it make sense if the kite starts feeling good about itself, thinking that it is due to the kite's efforts it is soaring in the sky? Is it the kite's efforts, or is it the effort being made by the person on the ground flying the kite? Well, when a disciple reaches his master, the master uses the thread of his wisdom, and the disciple soars in the sky like the kite. But due to your limited intellectual capacity, you think that you have achieved all there is to be achieved. You think, when I close my eyes, I enter the state of meditation. But you don't realize that it is your master who is giving you that experience of meditativeness. And the master is giving you a brief taste of this nectar so as to evoke that thirst in you, which will lead you to the real deal itself, so that you can dig your own well and not keep asking for water from others. That thirst will make you self-reliant, and you will then not need any crutches to successfully tread this path, attaining the highest of bliss and clarity imparted by the higher wisdom. When you become self-reliant, why not do so? See, when the son matures and becomes responsible, self-reliant, who is the happiest to see this? The father. Likewise, a guru who is really jubilant the day the disciple stands on his or her own feet. When you are in a state of meditativeness, your faces appear so radiant, so peaceful, and so blissful. This pleases the master to no end. Remember, you cannot make the master happy by gifting objects, flowers, money. If you want to make your master happy, then dive in deep, take a deep plunge inwards, and know that your real I is no different to his I. Okay, chapter 16. Pragya, ladder to the ultimate truth. No wick, no oil, yet the flame of supreme consciousness glows perennially. Your luminescence is everywhere. I have seen with the eyes of wisdom. O mind, why do you yearn for the one who resides right within your heart? Shower of your love arises within the garden of my heart. Alas, it is I who has turned a blind eye to the incandescence right within me. Earlier, I had expounded on the first part of Buddha's precept. Now I continue with its remaining part. The word pragya does not mean intellect, and neither does it mean knowledge. One can see a flower, but can one see its fragrance? This can be understood as follows. When the various offerings, like wood, fruits, honey, incense, are put into a havan kunda, where the oblation offering is done, in the practice of a yajna, a Vedic ritual in which sacrificial offerings are made to appease God, the resultant sacred fire is gyan, wisdom derived from direct perception of reality, transcending form and formless. All the offerings made to this fire also result in a peculiar fragrance, and this fragrance lingers for several days, even after completion of the havan. This fragrance is a consequence, a result of the havan, but the fragrance can neither be seen with the eyes nor heard with the ears. The fire that is produced after all the offerings are ignited, that fire is gyan, and the lingering fragrance is pragya. When you hear words, the brain gives meaning to those words, i.e., the understanding is happening through your intellect. In all day-to-day activities, all understanding, all perception, all discernment is happening through the faculty of the intellect. However, pragya transcends all intellectual understanding. It is that higher wisdom which cannot be acquired through intellectual reasoning. You don't have to exert your intellect. There is an existent, innate fragrance of understanding. The comprehension that happens without having to understand pragya is like that fragrance. One cannot see fragrance, for it is intangible, but the one who can smell knows the presence of the fragrance, although he cannot show it to anyone. Likewise, the concept of pragya is beyond the grasp of the intellect. It is something that is known only to the one who has transcended the mind and intellect. I remember my first trip abroad. People who had come to see me had brought garlands made of the fragrant jasmine flowers. My neck was completely covered up by all the garlands, and the intense fragrance filled the air around me. I couldn't help but take the beautiful flowers with me onto the plane, where I kept them in a plastic bag. Shortly after the flight had taken off, I noticed that one air hostess kept passing my seat to and fro. Finally, she couldn't resist and asked me what perfume I was wearing. I explained to her that it wasn't any perfume, but the fragrance of the jasmine flowers. The woman was from Jordan, where they didn't grow these flowers. She liked them so much that I gave her some, and soon enough the whole episode got repeated with yet another inquisitive air hostess following her nose. The fragrance of those flowers had pervaded the entire atmosphere, and this fragrance lingered on even after the flowers were removed from that plane. Likewise, the words of knowledge are understood by the intellect. But where is the intellect in deep sleep, in death? But pragya remains in sleep and even in death. And pragya is not all linked to how good your vocabulary is. It can awaken even in a person who doesn't know many words. I would like to narrate the story of Satyagam Jabali. Satyagam Jabali, who was an exceptional, extraordinary son of an equally remarkable mother. When he first went to his guru's ashram, he introduced himself saying, "My name is Satyagam. My mother's name is Jabali, and I request you to accept me as your disciple and permit me to stay in your ashram." The rishi was a bit taken aback, for the norm was to mention one's father's name and not the mother's name. He accordingly questioned the young man, who simply replied, "In her youth, my mother was in the service of several men. Hence, my mother doesn't know who my biological father is. Nevertheless, I know my mother, who has nurtured me, given me a name, and who has never concealed any facts from me. I don't know my father." All the other disciples were aghast on hearing the revelation, and were convinced that, given his tainted background, that the blighted character of his mother, their guru would never admit him to the ashram. But the sage, being wise, contrary to what his disciples were expecting, he readily accepted Satyagam as his new disciple. The rishi said to Satyagam, "I praise your mother for the admirable way she's brought you up, hiding nothing from you and inspiring you to always be truthful, so much so that you spoke the truth to me without any fear or guilt. Hence, I am happy to accept you as my disciple." Satyagam was living at his guru's ashram for but a few days, when one day the rishi called him and said, "Take the cows from the ashram and go far away into the forest. When the calves born by these cows grow up, you may then return." Accordingly, Satyagam set off to the forest with the cows. He built a small hut for himself and shed for the cows. He would look after the cows lovingly. He was far away from any human contact. There was no one to talk to, but naturally surrounded by the silence of the forest, he too remained silent, with a deep quietude developing within him. It was like living amongst the cows. He had in one sense become one of them. The deep quietude which had developed in him meant that meditation started happening effortlessly. A cow is a very sensitive being, and on that level, evolutionarily close to humans. No wonder the cow is revered by the Hindus. There is a kind of virtuosity, nobility in this animal. In fact, sages say that the mooing of the cow has a semblance to the sound of Om. The point to note is that Satyakam never once questioned his guru's decision. He could have argued that he had come to the ashram to learn, to acquire knowledge, and not to graze cows. Instead, he implicitly accepted his guru's directive. Such was his surrendering to his master. As it turned out, the master had done that for a reason, and Satyakam's faith in his master bore fruit. In this context, I will take the following question. On one hand, you say that meditation is about doing nothing. Then why do you insist that it be done in a fixed posture? Can't one meditate while doing activities like eating or lying down? Meditation is unforced, natural, and effortless. But in the beginning, this effortlessness is difficult to achieve. Imagine if you were asked to stay in a room with windows and doors shut, in isolation and with no entertainment to the mind, i.e. no books, no music, and no television. Nothing to do. Just sit quietly with an empty mind. You will find this excruciatingly difficult, even for a few hours. The mind always craves to be engaged in doing something, but this is the only way it can retain its identity, its existence. If someone asks you to sit without doing anything, empty your mind and sit down quietly, you will say, okay, I will sit down and meditate, and then you will use some technique, be it a mantra, recitation, etc. Well, even that is an activity. Empty mind means no thoughts whatsoever. And this is the most difficult task. The most difficult. Our mind is used to doing something or the other at all times. And there is the adage that says, an empty mind is the devil's workshop. On the contrary, I say that an empty mind is the Lord's residence. Emptying the mind is the most difficult thing to achieve. Empty means no thoughts or counter thoughts. The seeker is asked not to do anything either at the level of the body or mind or intellect. No mantra, no resolve, no thoughts, no contemplation, just pure, effortless awareness. The one who attains that effortless state of being, with no activity happening at the level of the body, mind, or intellect, no thoughts, no contemplation, no mantra chanting, only being in the effortless rising of the higher consciousness, that is akin to lighting the inner flame of divinity, sublime supreme consciousness. What is meditation? Meditation is nothing but being effortlessly rooted in this inner flame of divinity that is always steadfastly glowing within you. However, to reach this, you have to cross the hurdle of your mind. Which is the biggest barrier? The hurdle is not in reaching the inner flame of divinity. The biggest obstacle is the mind. So you need to take efforts to overcome this hindrance. And in order to overcome the hurdle of this mind, there is a need to perform some practices, be it pranayam, breath awareness, or amongst others. The greater the distractions and agitations of the mind, the greater is the need for these practices. Children are innocent, natural, and their minds are relatively less polluted by mental afflictions that are common in adulthood. Hence, it becomes easier for them to enter a meditative state, not needing as much effort as an adult would need. The one who has experienced mental restlessness will say that meditation made him feel peaceful. But the one who has never experienced restlessness or mental agitation, how will he know the feeling of mental peace? The one who is hungry knows the taste of bread, but the one who has never known hunger, how will he know the taste of bread? Conducting meditation sessions for children was a joyous experience. They did it with such intensity. Some danced, some fell down to the ground. Some were shaking, and then they sat down quietly with eyes closed. And when they opened their eyes, they did not voice their feeling, as we experienced joy or peace, as adults often do. Instead, they simply asked when the next session would be conducted. They enjoyed a lot, and that's all they knew. On the last day, all the children were sad that the shibir had come to an end, and they sang a lively song that changed their state of mind. After the session got over, I was told that children wanted to give me something. I asked to send them to me in the garden. It was supposed to be only 3 or 4 children, but as the word spread, all 300 of them gathered around me in the garden, and all started to cry. That was their way of expressing their feelings. They had enjoyed the experience so much that they were sad to leave. Oh. What is effortlessness? You will know this only when you have been through the process of having to take effort in your spiritual practices. The more the frustrations and agitations in the mind, the more is the need to meditate. But the one who doesn't get these mental upsurges, he doesn't need to take any extra efforts. One Sikh gentleman once told me, Guru Nanak Dev never stressed much on doing meditation. He would say that doing kirtan, chanting God's name, was enough. I said that in those times, which was around 600 years ago, people were simple-minded and had none of the complex mental agitations of the current times. They had simplicity, honesty, love, and an attitude to serve, qualities that one can see in some rural parts of India even today, especially in places like Uttaranchal. In the rural areas in Uttaranchal, even today, if someone were to leave their bag at any place, they will find it where they had left it. It has been my own experience that if you were to knock on any door, even late in the night, and ask for shelter, you will get it. And if you were to go to someone's house at lunch or dinner time, rest assured that you will be asked to join them and partake their food. During the days when I lived in Rishikesh, a lot of local people hailed from Uttarakhand. One such family got very attached to me and loved me dearly. They had one cow. The cows in Uttarakhand are small and frail, and it would give barely 1 litre of milk in the whole day. But such was the love they had for me that they would give me half of that milk to me. I could not refuse, as that would have hurt them. In those days, I was living like a fakir, with meagre possessions. Hence, there wasn't anything I could give them in return, except for papaya, and potatoes that grew around my cottage. So they would give me milk, and I would give them papaya and potatoes. They were so guileless, and for such simple-minded people, there is no need to do any dynamic meditation. At the most, pranav or mantra chanting is more than enough. However, in these so-called modern times, people are running a mad rat race that has taken over their lives completely. Is it any surprise that stress has become the biggest affliction, consequently leading to numerous physical and mental maladies? But naturally, for such a polluted mind, cleansing process is mandatory for unburdening. The more the mental impurities, the more is the need for cleansing techniques. The day the monkey of this mind quietens, there will be no need to perform any outward practices. The sages I used to be with never set aside any specific time for meditation practices. They would just listen to some excerpts from a scripture, contemplate on that, raise questions on what wasn't understood, and then simply sit in a relaxed fashion, with closed eyes, enjoying the quietude inside. Just like a handicapped person with no legs needs to use crutches, Likewise, a person with a handicapped mind needs the crutches of spiritual practices, so that gradually the mind gets the strength to stay still. So, as long as you don't enter the realms of inner awareness effortlessly, until then you will need the aid of external techniques. Given the current state of your mind, such paraphernalia is required, like the Soham meditation you did this morning, and it needs time for me to organize all this for you. The rhythm, the music needs to be arranged. Then after I finish the discourse, I have to rehearse for an hour or two, and to top it, there are sessions in the morning and evening. What is the need for all this? It is so easy for me to give a discourse for some time and then remain quiet. But you can remain quiet only if you know how to be quiet. Meditation is not about doing anything. Whilst doing some spiritual practices, one reaches a state of doing nothing, that is when meditation actually starts to happen. In olden times, there used to be cars that required a handle to be rotated for the car to start, and once the engine started, the handle would be removed. Likewise, to start the engine within you, one needs to use the handle of meditation. The models of cars have changed over the years, but the model of your mind is very ancient. One needs all kinds of diverse ways to get it sorted, and there are diverse practices devised to cater for the diverse aptitudes and natural inclinations of different people that will help them to focus. Various techniques are used to connect the mind to that one focal point, be it a mantra or a tratak or anything else. And as the mind starts to connect with the technique, it starts to concentrate. And in that concentration, eventually, meditation happens. Concentration is just the first step. It is not the end point. Okay. Thank you. We'll stop this chapter here and we'll start our meditation for today. Okay. Please sit in meditative position with your feet crossed. Clasp your fingers into fingers. Remove any glasses if you're wearing them. Gently close your eyes and be in the here and now. We'll focus on our breath. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And when we take the breath in, feel your stomach expand. So let's take a nice deep breath and feel your stomach expand. Hold and gently let it out through your mouth. And again, a nice deep breath. Hold and gently release from your mouth. And again, a nice deep breath. Feel your stomach expand. Hold and gently release through your mouth. Now, as we breathe in, gently focus on the pure, clean air coming in through your nostrils. Feel the temperature of the cold air entering your nostrils and the warm air that's released. Focus on your feet and your toes and feel them totally relaxed. Focus on the calves muscles and the shins of your legs. Feel them totally relaxed at ease. Your knees, your thighs, totally relaxed. your hip area, your lower back, totally at ease. Your kidneys, your stomach, all your internal organs totally relaxed. Your heart, your lungs, your small intestines, big intestines, all flowing in sync, totally at ease and relaxed. Lower your shoulders. Feel your upper arms, lower arms, hands, totally at ease and relaxed. Your neck muscles, totally at ease. Your ears, all your facial muscles, your head, forehead, totally at peace and relaxed. Notice every single breath that you take. With every breath, feel the nourishment it's giving and energy to each and every single cell, vessel, nerve, organ within your body. Feel totally recharged, re-energized. With every breath, feel the positivity coming into your body. And with every outward breath, feel the release of anything negative, any toxins, anything that's been holding you down. Feel it gently releasing and coming out of you. Now focus on yourself as being a bright light, beautiful light, residing in between your eyebrows. Totally light, free, and at peace. And gently take this light out of this body and see how your body looks so beautiful and still, sat there in the meditative position. And gently make your way out of your home, out of the rooftop, into the beautiful sky. And as you gently go and fly high as a light, go with the flow, go with the breeze. Listen to the beautiful birds around you singing their beautiful songs as if to welcome you. And as you fly high and high, you come across a beautiful forest where all the trees are swaying. And as you enter this beautiful forest, feel the luscious greenery around you. The grass is like velvet green grass. And see yourself as a beautiful seed that's on the ground. And as this seed that you are, feel yourself taking shoots, roots coming out of you. And each root, one by one, is going through the soil, through all the different layers of the ground of Mother Nature. You're expanding your roots, and at the same time, you're growing upwards and strong as a tree. You're having a beautiful roots that are coming out, And at the same time, you're growing upwards as a tree. Strong, strong, beautiful tree. And as the roots go deeper and deeper into the core of Mother Earth, your branches are growing outwards and upwards, all symmetrical, all in perfect order. And as you're growing bigger and bigger, you're becoming stronger and stronger, being one and grounded with Mother Nature. Feel the connection to all the 5 elements. Connection with Mother Earth, with water, as your roots take in the water from all the beautiful water underground, as well as the splashing rain that you can feel on you as on your leaves. And look upwards and say thank you to the beautiful daylight and sunlight, the beautiful, beautiful bright rays of the sunshine, helping you to grow, to flourish and nourish you. Your leaves are getting brighter and brighter, greener and greener. Beautiful, beautiful leaves. Feel the rain splashing on you. Feel the wind around you, making you sway and dance with this beautiful, beautiful environment that's around us. And as you're enjoying yourself as a tree, feel how connected you are to the universe, to the cosmic energy around you. You're taking in the beautiful air around you and breathing it out again. Your leaves are fragrant, so, so beautiful. Just like the jasmine flowers that we read about in the chapter. We too have these beautiful jasmine flowers coming out and growing from our branches. The smell is absolutely divine. So, so beautiful that all the beautiful butterflies and insects are climbing on us and want to be with us because of this beautiful divine fragrance. And we can too smell this divine fragrance that makes it so, so beautiful being this tree today. All the beautiful birds are choosing you today, want to sit on your branches and build a nest on you because of this divine fragrance that's calling out to them, wanting them to be with you. This divine fragrance is nothing but the love of the Supreme Divine Master that's created us all. And it's being shared with everyone around us. We feel so, so happy and joyful that we're able to share this divine fragrance and we're not keeping it to ourselves. Everyone is enjoying this. The wind is taking it as well, spreading the love of the beautiful fragrance. All the different insects around us are climbing on us and making a home on us, on our bark, on the branches. The beautiful flowers are luring more and more divine creatures around us. Feel one with nature. Feel one with the divine and divine's creation. And see yourselves as swaying in this beautiful, beautiful forest. How blessed are we to experience what it would be like to be this beautiful, beautiful, strong tree that's always giving and helping and supporting others. beautiful, beautiful fragrance has filled the whole forest. And now, one by one, all the different creatures, the rabbits, squirrels, they're all coming to us to visit us and sit under the shade of our beautiful branches. God's creation is so beautiful. We're living in harmony with all the different animals and creatures around us. Even the beautiful plants are actually growing on us as well, like veils, like the ivy. Even the plants want to be with us. And as you feel this beautiful, beautiful tree, feel your roots going down deeper, deeper into the soil, all the different layers. As the roots take up all the nutrients and the water to help us be stronger and firmer and stand tall. And as you feel yourself as a tree, feel your roots going into Mother Earth, Mother Nature, into the core of Mother Nature. And feel the love of Mother Nature calling you. Feel the love and positivity and peace that Mother Earth has to give us. And in return, she's taking away everything that's negative and that's not good for us and exchanging it with a pure divine love. Pure, clean water through the roots. All the positivity and harmony and joy is making you feel totally, totally at peace and full of happiness. You feel like you want to dance and sway as a beautiful tree in gratitude for who you are today. Take a few seconds to feel what it's like to be this beautiful, beautiful tall tree with these beautiful jasmine flowers. Observe how you feel. How are your feelings? How are your thoughts? You're mesmerized in this divine timing, one with Mother Nature, one with the Mother Earth, and with all the elements around you. What a beautiful, beautiful experience. And as you are a beautiful tree, you can hear the beautiful ocean near you as well, swaying, the waves going up and down. It's as if this tree is rooted in a beautiful paradise where all the animals live in unity. They sing together, dance together, share songs together, share food together. Everything is in harmony and peace. And you too are part of this cosmos, part of this beautiful, beautiful family in the jungle that we're here today. All your needs are met. You've got beautiful rain coming on top of you, beautiful sunlight nourishing you, and the beautiful nutrients and water from your roots. And you're letting go and releasing everything that doesn't serve you. You've got a system going through your roots. All the positive is coming into you, and you're cleansing and getting rid of all the negativities out of you, all your bad habits, anything that you want to change. Feel as if you have changed, you have grown, and you are now living in a positive way that's good for your spiritual development. And as you grow taller and taller, feel as though the sun is giving you a big, big smile as you feel the beautiful, beautiful, radiant light on your leaves and flowers. How beautiful it is to experience being a tree, if only for a short time. Smell the beautiful jasmine. Feel the beautiful leaves and flowers around you. Flowers are almost so soft and delicate, like velvet, beautiful, radiant white colours, hues of cream, whites, against the backdrop of your beautiful green leaves and your brown bark of the tree. Perfect in every way. And as we enjoy being this beautiful tree, see yourself as the tree, strong, a good strong foundation, and able to reach the stars as well, symbolizing growth, not only on a physical level, but mentally and emotionally we can grow and become stronger with the divine's guidance. So let's say gratitude to the divine masters. They're always there to help and guide us, but we just need to be aware of them and hear them. Deep, deep gratitude to the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, all birds, all species, to all the 4 seasons, to all the 5 beautiful elements that work in sync with our bodies and mind. Deep, deep gratitude to our parents, grandparents, all our ancestors for giving us so, so much in terms of knowledge, everything that we need to live, guidance, help and support. Deep, deep gratitude to all our gurus, all our teachers, for helping us evolve and grow and become strong like this beautiful tree. Deep, deep gratitude to the Supreme Divine Being, Paramatma, who resides within us and is there always to help and guide us, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to experience this peace and joy and happiness. Deep, deep gratitude to all the divine masters helping us, protecting us, showing us the light and how to turn inwards. Deep, deep gratitude to Guru Ma for all her knowledge, for this amazing book, to Lord Buddha for all his guidance, help and support, to Mawthar Babaji for helping us, unify us and bringing us all together on this platform. Deep, deep gratitude to every single thing we have in our life and every single person in our life, from our family, friends, siblings, colleagues, neighbours, everyone. Deep, deep gratitude for them playing a part in our lives and helping us and supporting us in so, so many ways. Now, from being this beautiful tree, gently see yourself as a light again. See that light in the heart of the beautiful tree, and gently take yourself away from the beautiful tree and see yourself as this bright light in the sky once again. And gently flying high and high through the clouds, gently come down through the different layers of the clouds, where you can see all the houses like miniature toys, back into your neighbourhood, into your home, through your rooftop. Gently come down, back into this body of ours, this gross form, and settle yourself between your eyebrows once again. Deep, deep gratitude to all the people, all the things in our lives that are helping us grow and evolve on our spiritual paths so that we can achieve our soul purpose and make our lives count. Deep, deep gratitude to you all for sharing your divine energy today. Now gently rub your hands and your fingers, place them on your beautiful eyes. Gently open your eyes and feel the cosmic rays, cosmic energy going into your eyes. Spread this divine light over your face, head, ears, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, thighs, knees, legs, feet. And feel totally, totally at peace and ease. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Babaji. Thank you to all the Divine Masters. Thank you to you all for joining in this beautiful meditation.
Thank you, Meena ji, for such a wonderful session. And welcome back. And today's chapter was like, very heart touching, like how our masters are reminding us that why surrender is important. And when you are choosing a master, you need to follow the guidance. It's not like, I have a master, but still I am in my worldly things too much, that whatever the instructions are coming, I'm not following my master. I am interrupting, and then I'm expecting some miracles in my life, whereas I'm not following what I have to do actually. And about the meditation and all those things, how beautifully Guru Ma explained it. Like, physically I am here, mentally I'm somewhere else. It doesn't make sense. The things will work when you are mentally, physically, and emotionally you are present there. And like, I like means she used very funny examples, like first of the plain one is also like uh, eye opener, that the fragrance of your character or the light you are holding is within you, right? Like, I'm correlating it with that jasmine flowers, when she was traveling, that she want to keep it, but like sometime, yes, you but still the people, because of the fragrance, they want a bit of that with them. The same is with us when we have a person who is means a guru or a very enlightened master like Lord Buddha, or any master, right? Um, their glimpse of fragrance of their own personal, their own personal journey. We all want to connect with them on soul level. We all want to take that part of them with us. Like when you're reading, first of all, your voice is very calm and peaceful. We feel that. And on the top, Lord Buddha's energies are the same. And Guru Ma, the teachings she is saying that transformation only happens when you allow yourself to go through that process. What I learned from today's chapter is, means I, because when we do meditation, before I have so many things in my mind, but after meditation I completely forget the thing that. But when you were explaining something that was very funny, where you used two names, nirvana, or one something, two words, you were explaining that these both are very important, and you gave some example there that was very funny. But when you think in the depth of those examples, you relate with the things on a very deeper level. Like, we are attending this session, right? To attend this session, I have to make time. Like, this is the time when the session starts, right? And while you are reading the chapter, how aware I am, Am I allowing myself to declutter my old pattern, thinking pattern? And yeah, now I remember. She used the word that people says that when your mind is free, it's a demon, right? But she said no, it's God, because that is the time when you are talking to your own self, and when your own mind is giving you the things you have here, right? And we are saying like, oh, because when you're listening to a music or when you're busy with some activity, you won't focus on those things. But when someone says, sit quietly, things come back to you. Suddenly some thoughts came in your mind. Why that is that particular thought came in your mind, nothing else. So many times we do the things like I'm completing a task, but I'm not aware of it. Like sometimes we make our tea or we cook food, right? We are not fully aware. But when we are doing some official work, because it is written work, we are very much aware what I'm writing. We go for the every detail, right? The same way, when I choose a master in my life, how I am taking my master's teaching is very important. Am I cooking that food here, or I am using the recipe of my master here and in my heart for transformation? Oh, why my master is saying this way? Why he is saying that I am my own enemy, no one else? Because this is my mind is telling me to focus on the things which are not necessary. In the same time, so many people are my like Nagendra ji. He is in office, but he wants to do this session, right? He is present here. Doesn't matter what he is doing. He made that choice, right? And in the same time, there is means I'm just giving an example. It is not any kind of um, thing related to any person. Sometimes we use chanting, sometimes we use other kind of songs, yeah, according to our mood, right? But when we go with the lyrics, right, chanting connects you with the divine. But when you listen to the songs, if it is not spiritual, if you go for other songs, you connect with those songs on an emotional level, like this is happening with me. The same way, when I connect with the core means chorus of my guru, right? What my guru is telling me, I understand the rhythm. I understand the words. It hit me here. It goes direct here. You know, when you were talking and I was laughing, and on the same time, yes, yeah, this was happened because since from my childhood, my dad have this habit of taking us to all different scenes. He actually wants us to elaborate, to listen to everyone, not to go to the particular place. He said, wherever you get the knowledge, go, and especially the spiritual one. And so many times, because we being a kids, you are sometimes very funny, right? You are not listening, you're not focusing. But when parents say something, like, literally, your kids also were doing the same, right? If you take them to any spiritual places, when they come back, you do something, they will pop up and say, hello, you took us to that place. What that master was guru was saying, you're not acting that way. It happened, yeah, because practically they are in front of us, they are seeing us, but my guru sees through me. Means I don't know why these things are coming in my mind. Like all these example, if you go into the depth of how Guru Ma in the this through this book is actually decluttering our thought pattern, is telling us so many things. Even when you started reading, all past chapters came in my mind, and I was like, how beautiful it is, like, since from the beginning till now, so much transformation. It is not like transformation is not happening, it is happening. And hats off to you. Thank you so much for choosing. Well, I always say, We won't choose anything, things choose us, because that is the plan of the divine. But to express that thing, to deliver that thing, it is also very important. So deep deep gratitude, and deep deep gratitude to Anand Mutima. She makes this she the base of this book is very, she used very simple language which you feel from your soul. It is not like, it is something floating on the top of the water. No, it hits you like, yes, I correlate it with that. And that place you mentioned, where she said is still these type of people exist, that if you left your stuff, you can still find your stuff on the same place. Like, how authentic these people are. And during that time, one thing came in my mind, like when I born, there was no technology. When we born, we saw these all, like, TV, fridge. That time these things come, phone, computer, everything come. And today I was talking to my mom. I said, we are the only generation who survived without these things, with these things, and we are updating ourselves with all these things. And the transformation we been through is like, yes, we use technology, but we are not too much into it. Like, we know that for certain tasks, yes, we need it, but we are not too much into it, because in our childhood we used to means live without it, and we enjoyed our life a lot. It's not like we didn't enjoy our life. And the what Guru Ma was telling, seriously, I see those type of pure souls. Those are there to help you, and they are not stealing your stuff. They are bringing more peace to your life. They add value to your life, rather than taking, making you aggressive or frustrated. the the old souls were very calm, peaceful, and the stories they were mentioning, like, that's why I think, like, sometime our generation, even our kids, were like, you talk too much like elderly people, because we spend lots of our time with elderly people. In their guidance we learn so many things. And the same thing, when I means the any guru says, what they are doing is they are connecting us with our core, but again, with our authenticity again. And Lord Buddha, Guru Ma, they've been in on earth in so many different forms before, and right now again they came to teach us. And thank you, Guru Ma, thank you, Lord Buddha. What a wonderful book, like every day something refreshing. Thank you, deep deep gratitude. And the way you express it, and especially the meditation, outstanding. Once I'm on the in the sky as a balloon, or I'm as a tree, I forget everything. I know about when you mentioned about the branches, and in between I was in too much deep, because maybe after a long time I'm sitting like, I have no other things to do. I just have to dedicate this time just to meditation. I'm very calm and relaxed. Thank you. Deep, deep gratitude. Thank you so, so much. Anyone else, please, if you want to share anything, please unmute yourself. This platform, we all are sharing with each other. We share our opinions and of the reading, so that we can learn something from other person perspective. Maybe your perspective might change my life. Maybe I learn something from you. So please be open, and if anyone wants to share anything, please unmute yourself and share it with us. Thank you so much. Bhavna ji, Rama ji, Jayashree. I see three people are new here. So if anyone wants to share anything, please do unmute yourself. And it is our own platform, so you don't need to be shy. And thank you, Nagendra ji, for your message. Thank you very much. And what's your opinion about today's chapter, Minaji?
Heartfelt gratitude, first of all. Monica Ji, like you said, this book is so divine. I think Guru Ma and Lord Buddha chose the book for us because of the direct link in terms of meditation, that's in there. In each chapter, it's always some sort of link to decluttering our mind, clearing our mind. If the Guru's told you need to meditate, take that time out for you, then you should do it. You shouldn't have to be told again and again. And to me, it's like I need to be told again and again. So I feel as though everything in here I feel it's directly to me, and yet it's for everybody. So it's just how amazing Guru Ma's put this chapter and this book together, which I didn't choose. I'd actually bought it, never read it. And, I just had this inner voice saying, pick this book. And we're halfway through it, but I don't feel I want to give up. Next few weeks we'll be completing it, but it's like, it's an onward journey. And I feel so, so grateful that I've had this opportunity to do this. So heartfelt gratitude to you, Monica G, for inspiring me, and all the divine masters, because day by day, I feel I'm growing in some shape or form. You can't always put your finger to it, but I know there's some change happening bit by bit. Even if it's just an understanding or something new that I've learned in the chapter. So yeah, heartfelt gratitude. I really, really enjoy this time and the reflections that we have afterwards. It's amazing. So, and the meditation, in the morning, I think, well, what can I talk about? What should we have a meditation topic today? And to me, this morning, I kept hearing trees, and trees are so vital. So that's why I chose a tree for the meditation today, because we take it for granted. So yeah, heartfelt gratitude. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the new people who've joined us today as well. Heartfelt gratitude for taking time out and sharing your divine energies with us.
Yeah, someone shared a message for you. Just put Ramaji. Thank you. Really appreciated the meditation. Deepest gratitude.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Vindal, and thank you, Monica. It was a deep meditation. Today is a holiday in US. Yeah, I got a chance to join that. But do you have plan to start morning meditation, Monica?
Yeah, I'm going to start Unified Hindi from this Sunday onwards. At the moment, because I moved recently to a new place, so means right now I need some rest actually.
Okay.
Most of the people don't know I had a fire incident at my place. So we moved
Oh,
home.
really? Sorry.
So we are safe.
Okay.
But because of those uncertain situations, right now, like I am, I'm not in a situation to take sessions. So from this Sunday onwards, 5:30 in the morning, we'll unified Hindi again. So please do join it. Don't miss it. The time is the same, 5:30. Sorry, I don't know your
5:30
USA
morning,
timing. Just
your
you need to
time.
check.
Okay. For me, it might be not night. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. In the evening after Navratri, I will see something, not unified, but something different. Because I personally believe that if I one time I go with one course, because it's a 6 months commitment with the unified course, and we already did 3 sessions of unified English. So sorry, 2 seasons of unified English and one Hindi. So let's start with the Hindi one, then we'll see how we have to do it later on. So I'm just taking a little bit break because of this incident, and by Sunday I'll be fine, and then we'll start with unified Hindi.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, masters, if no one have anything to share, we'll meet tomorrow again, same time. Thank you very much for joining this session. And do join on the same time. The link is the same in case you are not in our group. The link is the same. In the evening, we have the different Zoom ID. For morning sessions, we have different. From this Sunday onward, we are going to start Unified Hindi. You are more than welcome. If anyone wants to join, if you joined through Meena ji, ask her for the details, and she will share the link, and you can join our um, our unified group, WhatsApp group, and then from next Sunday onwards, you can also join the session. Please do join it. It is a complete transformation. You will see it's a similar um, uh, um, guided meditation, but the course is most of you maybe know about Mahavatar Babaji. The entire course is designed by Mahavatar Babaji, one of the master. He got the guidance from Babaji, so that what we followed, and the course is duration is 6 months. So please do join it, and it you will, once you start it, you will see where your personal growth. And thank you very much. Deep gratitude. We'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you.